Today we're meeting Rex, an Alaskan Malamute with a reputation. And not just any reputation. Rex is the kind of dog that's politely refused by groomers across town. Yes, this is the dog whose owner had to give a very serious warning. Don't take off the muzzle. Already you can feel the tension, right? Big, fluffy dog, a history of behavioral quirks, and a grooming session that could go anywhere. Alaskan Malamutes are strong, independent, and sometimes a little stubborn. They weren't bred to follow every command on the first try. These are sled dogs, built to haul heavy loads over long distances, with personalities to match. And when you mix a powerful dog like this with a little fear or mistrust, you get a grooming session that requires patience, confidence, and calm energy. Before we jump in, just a quick note. This video doesn't belong to me. All footage belongs to the original creator. Right away, we hit a challenge. The muzzle Rex is wearing doesn't even fit him. It's loose on his face. Normally, you just swap it for a smaller one, but that's not an option here. If you take it off, he might try and bite. Basically, anything involving the muzzle. Rex has made his feelings very clear, so the groomer decides to just keep it on and test the dryer. And this is usually the moment where dogs say, "Nope, I'm out." The noise, the heat, the rush of air, it's a lot. But Rex? He's surprising us. A little shifting around, sure, but no growling or snapping. So far, Rex is handling himself pretty well, so the groomer takes a chance. She switches from the dryer to the bath. Honestly, this is a smart move. If he's calm now, better to keep that momentum going instead of waiting for him to lose patience. While she works, she gives us a little backstory. Rex actually had successful grooms in the past, but things changed when he moved here. Ever since arriving in Canada, groomers haven't had much luck with him. Usually, the moment he walks into a salon, he starts growling and barking. Now, here's the thing. He's never actually bitten anyone, but with a dog this size, growling and barking alone can be intimidating. You can't really blame the groomers for being cautious. What's interesting, though, is that since the owners left the room, Rex has been a completely different dog. Calm, cooperative, almost like he was just putting on a tough guy act in front of them. And right now, he's letting the groomer bathe him with no major complaints. That's huge progress. But of course, no groom is ever that simple. The owners also warned her about one very specific issue, Rex's paws. Apparently, that's where he draws the line. But before we get to the paws, there's one tricky part, getting Rex onto the grooming table. Now, it might seem simple, but with a dog his size, the table makes a huge difference. Up there, the groomer can work safely and reach all the tricky spots. Rex, though, he's having none of it. No amount of coaxing or gentle nudges gets him to budge. And honestly, lifting a full-grown Alaskan Malamute isn't exactly light work. So the groomer adjusts. She works with him where he feels comfortable. Even with that, brushing goes surprisingly well. He's staying put, letting her run through his coat, and even relaxing a little here and there.
Boy. He didn't like the blow dryer under here, but maybe he won't mind the brush.
She's able to remove loose hair and those little burrs hiding in his fur, which already makes a big difference. You can tell Rex is selective about certain spots. His paws are tucked under, his tail has a few tangles, but overall he's allowing her to work. By the time the brushing is done, Rex looks more relaxed and his coat already has a smoother, cleaner look. But of course the next step is where things get a little more complicated, dealing with those tricky paws. And just as expected, Rex isn't exactly thrilled. Even with the resistance, she manages to make some progress. She trims and shaves just enough of the bottom of his paws to prevent slipping, and carefully brushes through what she can reach. It's not perfect, but it's more than many groomers would even attempt with a dog like Rex. What's interesting is how particular he is about these spots. He curls his toes under, shifts slightly, and keeps a close eye on her hands. But the groomer adapts, moving slowly, brushing around the pads, and trimming only what she can safely reach. The small burrs hiding between his toes are removed carefully, and the fur along the edges of his paws starts looking much cleaner. According to the groomer, Rex's nails are very long and definitely need attention, but getting to them is easier said than done. Normally, having him on the grooming table would make things much simpler, but Rex refuses to get on it. She mentions that without the table, it's really difficult to safely access his paws, and even attempting it could stress him out. His feet are already a sensitive area, so any pressure or sudden movements might make him react. She admits that fully handling his nails just isn't possible today. Instead, the groomer shifts her focus to Rex's ears. She mentions that instead of pushing on the paws, she'll be attempting to shave the mats near his ears. This is a delicate area, and she's not entirely sure how he'll react. She approaches it slowly, checking his body language as she works. The clippers can be intimidating, the sound, the vibration, but she's careful to move steadily and only where she feels it's safe. One side seems to have more matting than the other, so she starts there, brushing and shaving just enough to remove the tangles without causing him stress. And here he is. The before and afters are honestly insane. He is the cleanest he has been in a while. Subscribe if you like dogs.